Hello everyone. If you don't know who I am, my name is Dr. Tamisha Denis and I'm a dentist. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're somebody who comes to my dentist live all the time, make sure you say hello as you come in. So every day this week, I've been doing Dentist Live, which I normally do only once a week. But because I am home, I'm going to be doing them every day, at least this week, and let's see what happens. So today's topic is, I started a crown before, hi Rock Simmer, I started a crown before COVID-19, and now my temp came off. So I've been keeping these really short, just because I'm doing so many of them. Normally we do lives for about an hour, but I figured this is a relevant topic for the time and the climate that we're in. A lot of people started dental work before coronavirus closed their dental office. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can check out my video from Monday, I think it was. But basically, because dental offices have been restricted to emergency care only, now a lot of dental offices are closed. I don't know if there are any because it was kind of mandated that we close. So now there's a lot of people that were mid-treatment, especially simple things like a crown, and maybe your crown came off. So this video is for somebody that maybe their crown came off, and I'll absolutely make sure you say hello at any time during this broadcast. We're going to keep it really short. So you have 3 ways to fix your temporary crown yourself if your temporary crown comes off. Number 1, you call your dentist. Now, I'm starting with the hardest to the easiest way. And if you call your dentist, like I said, what's going on right now, because the dental offices are closed, they may or may not consider your temporary coming off an emergency. Now, I do crowns all the time. Crowns in the back, if it comes off and it's not sensitive, you can leave it off. It's not advisable because your teeth can shift in a shorter period of time that your temporary is off, and especially when you don't know when you're going to be able to go back to your dental office. So you want to keep it on. So you could just stick it back on. That's not one of the ways, but if it holds just by pressing it in place, it's advisable. If you don't have a root canal, it could be sensitive just to drink something. If you do have a root canal, you won't feel anything, but it's very fragile to eat and bite down on. Hi Pink Star, hi Rock Simmer. Yes, you could lose the tooth completely if it comes off, simply because when you have a root canal, for example, your tooth is a lot more brittle. I've talked about that in a lot of other videos, and biting down on something hard is not a good idea. Then you will have a real dental emergency. So my advice is to keep your temporary crown on your tooth in the meantime. So the first way, call your dental office, is if you're lucky, you could get in and they'll stick that baby back in. They have their permanent crown. Even better, they'll permanently cement it. The second way is, you're going to the dentist on June 2nd. Don't worry about it. That's like a million years from now. Well, watch some of my videos. Maybe it'll make you feel a little better. So on the second way that you can put your temporary crown back on if you have lost it is by using something called Tempit. Normally, if I was doing one of those videos where I edit and stuff like that, I would show, hi Poland, if you can get something called Tempit, and yep, gotta wait till May. If you get something called Tempit, they sell it in most Walgreens, CVS, I don't know, maybe even Target and Walmart. It looks like a little vial, and in that little vial is a creamy substance. You mix it together and you can clean out your crown with whatever instrument, a spoon, a fork, or whatever you have at home. Most people don't have dental instruments at home. So clean out any cement that you see inside and lightly coat the inside of that. After you lightly coat the inside of your crown, then you stick it on, try to make sure it's dry, dab it with a piece of napkin, hi Mega Hips, dab it with a piece of napkin and press it into place and hold it for about 30 seconds or longer. You want to keep it as dry as possible. Yes, it's your mouth. It's hard to keep things dry. In the dental office, we put cotton rolls on either side of the tooth we're working on, and then we just hold it in place until it dries, and try not to eat or drink something for about 30 minutes if you can, to keep the saliva at bay so your crown doesn't come off again. So that's way number 2. Yes, I know. I'm so sorry. I'll talk about that in my next video, because I will be live either tomorrow or Friday, of concerns of when you do go back to your dental office, if you didn't see the question. So now, way number 1, try to get back to your dentist and see if they can put it back in. Way number 2, use Tempit or something temporary cement that you can find at a Walgreens or a Walmart. The third way is, I think, the best way, the best way is to use Fixodent or Polygrip. Fixodent or Polygrip is probably the easiest way, not only for you to put it on because you have to keep it as dry and all of those things, but it's also good for you because what happens is when your dentist does have to take that off again, it's really easy. Sometimes the other stuff gets really gritty and thick, and when you go to bite down, then I'm going to answer that question in just a second. When you go to bite down, you might feel like your bite doesn't feel so right. So that's why I said before you putting a light coat on the inside, press it down and make sure you keep the bottle sealed so it doesn't dry out so you can do it again. But Fixodent is super sticky and so that's a very easy way. There are people who are walking around with crowns that they just started on their front teeth. You're either going to be really careful, but if it comes off, you want to make sure that you do one of those 3 methods as soon as you can. But it's always highly advisable for you to keep your temporary crown on, even though you may not have pain or discomfort. Again, if you have a root canal, you might not feel anything at all. But if you have no root canal, even the temporary cement, or sometimes even the Fixodent or the Polygrip, they also have like a little bit of sweet in there. So if you don't have a root canal, then no, they don't necessarily consider an emergency because your temporary came off. And yes, a denture kit. Yes, I don't know. So like if you talk to me about my office, I can tell you what we're doing. We are not considering an emergency for your temporary to come off. You kind of have to handle it yourself. But a lot of dental offices are closed 100%, not even for emergencies. So that's not really considered emergency. Remember, a lot of staffs have been laid off. So if anybody knows what Sage is, they laid off their staff, I think on Monday. So if that's the case, that means that you're not necessarily going to get anybody even to answer the phone. I don't know what emergency things, I mean, people follow me from everywhere that people have, so it's different for everyone. So I don't know if they're going to allow you to make appointments or anything. I mean, to be honest with you, we don't really know. This addresses the person who is pink. This addresses a question that a lot of people have been asking me, is like, when you do go back, is it going to be different laws in place to help to make sure that we don't spread anything else? Are there going to be new cleaning protocols? We don't know any of those things yet. And right now, everybody's just trying to not get sick. And if they're sick, they're just trying to get better. But a lot of those questions that people have about what is the climate of different professions. I mean, we're talking about school, hospitals, dental offices. In my case, I'm overly concerned of because that's the business that I'm in. But every single profession is going to have a new way in which they return to work. So I don't really know. I know my guess is as good as yours. Anyways, I'm keeping it really short today. I hope that the people who watch this got some information. If your temporary comes off, I'm a repeater, so please forgive me. Call your dentist, number one. If you can't get your dentist, get one of those Tempit kits. If you can't do that, then go ahead and use some Polygrip or Fixodent, which is denture glue. And if you can't do that, just stick it back on and stay away from sticky foods and you should be just fine. So hope everybody is well. Make sure you keep watching my videos. I'm going to try to go live as often as I can while I am at home. And I wish everybody the best. Bye.